So in this final edition of our spooky vlogs for Halloween, we thought we would talk about Stuart's
sleep issues.
We've already kind of talked about it. We've talked about sleep paralysis. Stu's talked about his sleep in the last vlog. And so now we're just gonna finalize it with some of the experiences I've witnessed with Stuart, sleepwalk talking, all that stuff. I believe it's all neurological. I know some people get concerned and think maybe there are spirits or something that he's literally seeing. And I guess you never know.
Have you been concerned about that?
Yeah, we got a few comments, and thank you for your concern. We do pray every night. Nothing has ever like physically touched him, and because there's like a genetic tie to this, a lot of his family members have similar sleep issues. I just think it's a neurological thing. Stu, what do you think? Think you're literally seeing stuff?
No.
I don't think so, also because when I wake up to it, I don't see anything. Could be maybe that he's more receptive, but...
Could be that Kate can't see anything without her glasses.
True, but that one time you were staring at my water jug,
yeah,
and you saw something else.
I think
It was just a water jug.
I think it's just my brain.
So that's why I think it's all in his head, is because I've never witnessed the things that he witnesses, ever. A lot of the things have been funny, with a few scary things. Maybe we'll blend it with some funny and scary.
Honestly, most of my sleep talk walk is funny, not scary.
Most of it is funny, especially because I'm not witnessing whatever he's seeing. It usually makes me giggle. At first, it made me mad.
Kate has a blog where she's told
I
many...
used to have a blog.
Oh, where'd it go?
It's on private.
Oh.
So only I can read it.
Okay. There are a lot of my sleep talking things I've said on that thing. Mm-hmm. Like one time I yelled, "Hot dogs!"
Yeah, he does a lot of silly stuff in his sleep. I used to get really angered by it because it woke me up and I was mad that I was being woken up. And I'm not a happy sleeper. I'm like a mean sleep person. I mean, anyone who's ever slept in the same room as me, whether it's been a sibling, a cousin, a roommate, they can all confirm that like I am a grumpy sleeper. Anyway, so I used to get really grouchy when Stu would wake me up from his sleepwalking. Nowadays, because I don't wake up to it as often, I think, or he's not having as many occurrences because I don't feel like it's happening as often. When it does happen, I usually will try to write it down because it's usually so funny that I try to like be as alert as I can when it does happen. So, P.S. If you get spooked by scary stories, please just turn this video off. The first time I remember it happening was we had just seen The Grudge, and we were dating at this point, and Stu was still living with his parents at the time, and I remember we went down into his bedroom to take a nap. Not the best thing to do for Mormon LDS kids, alone in bed together taking naps.
Taking a nap.
No, it was legit taking a nap. And suddenly Stu bolts up, right? Sitting there. And there was a chair in his bedroom that had slats on the back. And I don't remember what you said.
I don't know what I said either.
Something on the lines of like, "I see you," or something like that. And I like hurried and looked up and looked over at the chair and I saw nothing. But what Stuart said he saw was that creepy little like white-faced child like staring through the slats.
No, it was the Grudge girl.
Oh, sorry, the girl.
Yeah.
The Grudge girl staring through the slats at him with her white face, like, being creepy. Luckily, he snapped out of that one pretty quick. Scared me so much, though, and I was like, what just happened? And so he had to explain to me that he sees crazy things all the time. The most recent one was that I woke up to Stuart standing, like, on my side of the bed. And, like, I feel like we should reenact it.
Okay.
Is that weird?
No. This will make it really spooky.
Or really funny?
Both.
So I'm laying there in the bed, asleep, and suddenly I feel a yank on my arm. And I look up and Stu's standing on my side of the bed. And I'm like, what is it? What's wrong? And instantly I thought he was sleepwalking because this has happened so many times. But he's like, "Will you just sit up for me real quick?" And I said, "Why?" And he's like, "I'm not asleep. I just need you to sit up real quick." And I said, "Why?" And he's like, "There's crabs in the leather. I just need to look real quick. I'm saving your life." And I said, "Stuart?" He's like, "I'm not asleep. I just need to check the crabs in the leather." And so for kicks, I'm like, okay. So I said, no, maybe you sat me up.
I don't remember.
I think he like lifted me up, like just pulled me up, and then he like ran his hands along the underneath, like where I had just been laying.
The reason I prefaced what I said to her and said I'm not asleep is because generally when I'm in the middle of doing a sleep thing, Keika tries to wake me up. Like, you're asleep, you're asleep. And in my head, I'm like, no, this is real, this is real. Let me just explain it to you and you'll know that it's real. Generally, every time it happens, if Keika questions me or if she's awake when it happens and says something, I instantly go into this, no, I'm awake, I swear it, I'm not dreaming. I'm awake. For example, in this particular dream, what it was I was looking at the ceiling and I saw a little robot moving around on the ceiling. I decided, in my half asleep state, to stand up on my bed to reach and grab this little robot off the ceiling. So I'm standing up and it's kind of hard to get my balance, so I'm kind of like stumbling around, and all of a sudden I hear Keika say, "Stuart, what are you doing?" And in my head I think, oh my gosh, if I tell her I'm trying to grab this robot off the ceiling, she's never gonna believe me that there's a robot on the ceiling. So I've got an idea. I'll tell her I'm wrestling and I'm about to drop an elbow off the top rope. So I said, I'm wrestling. And
Which scared me because I thought, he's gonna drop an elbow on me.
yeah.
Or he's about to like fall face first into our dresser.
Oh my gosh, just let me stand here and grab this robot.
Okay, well then I have one. Here's the most terrifying. This is a scary, like not scary as in like ghost scary, but scary as in like scared for my life.
Okay, so to set the scene, one night Keika woke up to see me standing by her side of the bed.
I open my eyes, I see Stuart. I see him with a pillow in his hands, moving towards my face. Let me give a little softener here. He has never hurt me. So I hurry and like, I look over and I see him and I say, Stuart! And then I look down at my body and my entire body is covered in pillows. And I hurry and like knock them all off onto the floor. And then I sit up and I say, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And he looked at me and said, building a puzzle.
In my mind, I was on the challenge, MTV's,
MTV.
and it was a puzzle challenge. And the puzzle was to stack pillows
On the other person?
on the other person in the best way possible.
Like, I really don't think Stuart was about to smother me. I think he was about to just place a pillow on my head.
Yeah.
I hope.
No, I wasn't going to smother you. Because when you sat up and knocked them off, I picked the pillows back up and then
yes.
stacked them on your legs.
Kept putting them back on me. I have a feeling most people are going to watch this and feel like worried about you or me or both. Just, you know, again, this doesn't happen often. We've been sleeping in the same bed
I feel like
12 years.
I feel like I honestly haven't done it near as much.
No, and now this was like at the early days, and he was also going to school at the time,
A lot of
working a
this-
full-time
A lot
job.
of my sleepwalking happened when we were living in our townhouse.
Yeah, he was more stressed those days. I don't think he was sleeping as well. So I think when he's more stressed and like he'll just naturally sleep as well, so he doesn't get into that deep sleep, where nowadays it seems like you're sleeping better. And I feel like in our new house there's maybe been 2 things and they've mostly just been talking. They're not up and about.
No.
So let's just share a couple more. There was one time I woke up, again, he's standing on the side of my bed, and he had one of these big mag light flashlights. And he's holding it above his head. He said, bye-bye. And I thought, oh, this is it. I'm about to get bludgeoned.
Oh my gosh.
And luckily, his arm came down and he just walked away. And then he turned the flashlight on himself. One of the funniest things is when he's coming out of it, he like will have a conversation with himself. So he'll turn the light on and say, what are you doing? I don't know. I think I'm sleepwalking. Yeah. And then put the flashlight away and go to bed.
Oh my gosh.
You're crazy. There was one time I woke up in the middle of the night. I think I must have heard like some rustling or something. But I looked over and Stu was not in bed. And so I assumed he was in the bathroom. And so I walked into the bathroom and he wasn't in there. And because I have such bad vision, I grew a little nervous because I'm like, okay, he's not in the bedroom and he's not in the bathroom. That means I have to go like into the rest of the house to see where the heck he is. Like, did he leave the house? Where is he? I was actually like really scared that I might like pass him and he'd be like sitting in a dark corner and I can't see him. Like, that's so creepy to me. Anyway, I walked out of the bedroom into the hallway, and instantly, like, he was at the end of the hallway, but he started walking towards me and I could see him immediately. But he was walking right at me, and I knew he was asleep because he had his body pillow like horseshoed around his leg. He was dragging it down the hallway with him. So usually when that happens, all I have to do is just flip the light on and he just like, bah, comes to. So that was a little creepy too.
So she flipped the light on and woke me up.
Yep, I did. These are intentionally scary. Like, we're sharing the scary ones because of Halloween, but there's a lot of silly and funny things that he does too. That's enough for now. Thanks for watching our spooky stories.
Oh, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. We had fun recording those.
The production value of them, as you can tell, is really high.
We've got like top-notch cameras.
And lighting.
And lighting. And like stage design. So we hope you enjoyed it. Right. Either way, but I hope it was fun. Hope you do have a great Halloween. Be safe out there. Don't let anything crazy happen.
Be thankful you don't sleepwalk talk.
Or that you sleep with someone who sleepwalk talks. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.